this is Eric Brandt with AutoTrader, and today I'm driving this 2021 Polaris Slingshot. Now 2020 was a big year for the Slingshot. They made some big changes, they changed the look, they changed the interior, and there was an all-new engine. And finally, for 2020, there was an automatic transmission option for the first time. Before that, the Slingshot was manual only. Polaris told me that the take rate for the automatic has been 80%. That's huge. That means 4 out of every 5 new Slingshots sold has an automatic transmission instead of the traditional stick shift. When I drove the automatic 2020 Slingshot, I thought it was a little bit jerky, especially at low speeds, and it was not exactly what I would call a performance-tuned transmission. The manual was still definitely the way to go for 2020. But already for 2021, they've made some changes to the transmission and the engine. They changed how they're tuned, they changed how they work together to make it a little bit more smooth. And the big news for 2021 is the addition of paddle shifters as an option on the automatic. Now obviously paddle shifters give you more control over what the transmission is doing rather than letting the transmission do all of the work for you. So let's take this Slingshot for a spin and see if they got the automatic transmission right this time, and if those paddle shifters make a big difference. Before we really dig into the AutoDrive update, let's go over what else is new for the Slingshot in 2021. There's a more diverse model range with 4 trims instead of just 2. The S model is back, starting at just under $20,000. The Ride Command infotainment system has been updated with Apple CarPlay, and both the automatic and manual transmissions are available on every trim. There's also a standard hill hold feature, a new Rockford Fosgate premium audio option, and all kinds of new ways to customize just about every part of your Slingshot to make it uniquely yours. Now, onto that updated automatic transmission. Polaris heard the complaints about AutoDrive and made a serious effort to improve it. The changes that Polaris made to the AutoDrive transmission have made shifts smoother, faster, and more consistent. When the 2020 Slingshot came out, I noted that the Slingshot drives more like a sports car now than it did previously. The Slingshot used to drive like a fast UTV that you could drive on the road, and the 2020 model made it more refined and more like a real performance car, but with 3 wheels. Now that AutoDrive has been fixed, that's even more true with a smoother, better automatic transmission option. Then there's the paddle shifters. Paddle shifters are standard on the automatic Slingshot R models and optional on the S and SL. If you want a Slingshot just for the aesthetic and the open-air driving experience, then you can probably skip the paddle shifters. However, if you want a more performance-oriented Slingshot with an automatic transmission, then the paddle shifters are a must. Just like any good sports car with paddle shifters, manual control of what gear you're in changes the driving dynamic and can make a happy medium between the convenience of an automatic and the fun of a manual. Also, the paddle shifters allow you to go right up to the rev limiter and won't automatically upshift for you, allowing you to really wring out the engine as much as you'd like. It will automatically downshift for you in case you slow to a stop and forget that you are in paddle shift mode. There's also good news if you own an AutoDrive equipped 2020 Slingshot. Polaris is offering the new and improved AutoDrive calibration for the 2020 models. Polaris is also making paddle shifters available as an upgrade on automatic 2020 Slingshots. So if you went and bought a 2020 Slingshot with AutoDrive, don't worry, you haven't missed out on the improvements. So did they get the automatic Slingshot right this time? I would say yes, definitely. They fixed the problems with the automatic. The addition of the paddle shifters makes a big difference. And now the automatic Slingshot is a little bit more performance oriented than it was before. Now most driving enthusiasts are still going to want to go with the stick shift, which is now more widely available across the Slingshot model range than it was for 2020. But that new automatic now with the paddle shifters makes the Slingshot a more appealing alternative to a more traditional sports car. For more of my thoughts on the 2021 Slingshot, check out the full review at autotrader.com/oversteer.